This is Austin Awkward. I'm Adam. Welcome. Hey, it's estimated that this year, we Americans here in the United States, we're going to spend $62.7 billion on pets. That's not farm animals or service animals, that's pets, dogs, cats, things of that nature, right? That's a lot of money. To help you figure that out, I broke that down into Big Macs. Which means it's a lot of Big Macs actually. It's 14.3 billion Big Macs, meaning that with that much money we could buy two Big Macs for every man, woman, and child in the world. We could actually buy all 35,000 plus McDonald's franchises with that much money. Or, if it helps you try to grasp that large of a number, $62.7 billion is roughly twice what everyone in the world last year spent on McDonald's food. Why am I talking about McDonald's? I don't know. I thought that would be relatable. Here, let's think about something we could spend $62.7 billion on that might have a little more redeeming value. For me, something that I got really excited about was that the National Park Service could be funded for the next 20 years, 2 decades, with that much money. We could, here in the state of Washington, as well as in Idaho and Wyoming, we could actually pay for open market healthcare for the next year for every man, woman, and child with that much money. We could spending that much money. We could afford to provide universal pre-K to every 4-year-old in the United States for the next 2 years. The Obama administration tells us that that's just about the right amount of money to provide free community college education to the United States for the next decade. That would quadruple the amount of money the United States spends on foreign aid. And according to the World Health Organization, that is enough money to provide clean drinking water and sanitation to everyone in the world for more than 2 years. That is a lot of money that we're spending on dogs and cats. And here's the awkward thing. You've probably already figured this out because you're either really angry at me or ready to roll with me right now. It's that when I talk about this, and I've been talking about it for a couple days now as I prepared to make this video and kind of giving some of these facts to folks as I went along, people look at me and they either get really defensive or they think I'm crazy or, well, they usually just those two. They rarely do they say, wow, that's really interesting. I don't think I should spend that much money on my pets. And the point is, I don't want to get rid of your pets. But the people who get defensive think like I'm blaming them for having pets. I'm not blaming you for having pets. I'm just telling you how much we're spending globally on that. And if you're spending a portion of that, then yeah, I'm telling you that that's part of what builds up to all that money. But the idea is not to tell you to get rid of your pets or no, we shouldn't have pets. That's not the goal here. And I'm not crazy enough to believe that just because I've come up with a couple of numbers that if we just got rid of pets, we could solve all the world's problems. What I'm really trying to do as a person who doesn't hate pets, who is a person who has had a couple dogs in his life, what I'm just trying to do is get us to think about what we spend our money on, right? And when I say that, give people these numbers, they automatically turn around and point the finger at me and they say, "What are you spending your money on, Adam?" And I'm like, yeah, I waste a lot of money. I eat out more frequently than I probably should, and I like to buy books. I own a lot of books when there are perfectly good libraries on almost every block here in Spokane. So, yeah, I need to take this to heart as well. I need to be thinking about where I'm spending my money. And why is that? Why is that so important to me? Well, here's the deal. And this is why the pets thing kind of sticks to me. I find human beings, based on my understanding of logic, based on my understanding of theology, human beings to be invaluable. They have immeasurable value. Animals do not, in my mind. Some of you might disagree with me, but animals are less than humans. And there's no amount of animals that can equal the value of a human being. And with that in mind, when I hear that the amount of money we're spending on pets could be going to things like stopping the spread of waterborne diseases, to educating underprivileged classes here in the United States, or even just to providing a free and open recreation to everyone in the United States, I tend to think that maybe we're being a little, or maybe we're misplacing some of the importance of our money, right? Like I'm not trying to get you to get rid of your pets, and it's awkward that I'm having this talk, but it's true that we're spending that much money. And it's true that we don't have to spend that much money because pets are not a necessity. They don't add any economic value to our nation. They really are just there for us to feel good, right? That's not bad. That's a good thing. But if we really thought about it, maybe we would think about some things that we'd rather spend that money on. And maybe if we could put a couple of those dollars aside that we were going to use to buy, Fifi's diamond-studded collar or Fido's new artisan water bowl. Maybe we could use those dollars to do some real good and to make some real change and affect a real change in the lives of human beings, both here in the United States and around the world. I know, I've gone really long. I've been ranting and raving about this for days and days. I'm a little worried about talking about it. So at any rate, the point being, we spend a lot of money on pets. We spend a lot of money on a lot of things that are not necessary, and we could do better. So I hope that you'll think about that. And in the end, I hope you'll make a decision to do a little better. Don't get rid of your pets. Don't throw out all your books. Just think about spending a couple of those pennies in places that can make a real difference. Thanks so much for listening to me rant here. I look forward to getting to talk with you again real soon.